Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I picked up a couple of projects for some content for you guys. It's been a while. I work a seasonal job and it's finally over with. So I have from November to March to get these projects done for you, to give you some content. We're changing up the channel a little bit. I no longer can do anything, with ATVs or anything large, cars, ATVs. My goal is to turn the channel into boosting vehicles and motorsports, or I'm sorry, not motorsports, power sports. But I just don't have the room. I'm in a 3-car garage, but it's all filled with my business equipment, and it's full. So right now I have 1-car garage to work with. I got my truck outside, so these are the projects I picked up. So now I actually have room to work on them. So let's overview the projects I have going on here. All right, so what we have here is a TL 1000R. I love these bikes. I had a bunch of them, back in the day. They are fun. They're 1000 cc or 996, whatever you want to call it, V twins. They are heavy. They about 30 plus horsepower less than the 4-cylinder leader bikes of the day. So they're not going to beat any speed records, but they sound awesome. It's hard to tell you if you've never experienced one of these, but if you've ever been next to a Ducati 916 or a RC51 Honda, they sound like that. Another comparison would be if you were standing behind like a Mustang, Camaro, or Corvette at idle, you get that nice little low rumble. That's what these things sound like, and they are awesome. They're heavy and they're still fast, don't get me wrong, but they're just not, they can't compete with the 4-cylinder leader bikes. They're probably 100 pounds heavier. But this is one of the projects. We're going to start off with this one. I acquired this pretty affordable. This is going to be the only affordable option you're going to be able to get as far as the older twins. Because of Ducati 916, obviously those are damn near expensive, and then the Honda RC51s, I don't know what the hell happened with those, but they're selling those locally for like $7,000-8,000, so that's not going to happen. But the Suzuki TL1000R it's a great bike. This one, I think it was just left for dead. Someone painted the fairings a nice blue. It originally was yellow, as most of them were, or that white and blue scheme. But it needs some help. I think it was left sitting outside. So I did take the tank off, and I found a bunch of old fuel. You can actually see some of the rust in the tank. Kind of dripped off the tank when I was trying to get the gas out of it. And the tank itself has some rust spots in there. So I'm 100% confident that fuel pump is toast. So I'll definitely need a fuel pump. And when I put power to it, the starter solenoid just stayed engaged, and the thing just kept cranking and cranking even with the key off. So the starter solenoid is toast. It didn't have a battery, so I picked up a battery. I picked up a new battery, a tip over sensor, because I always check these, because these will drive you nuts if they go bad. And sure enough, the one that was in there, it had broken contacts inside. You can actually open these up on the older ones. The newer ones, I don't think you can. And then the starter solenoid. This is all cheap aftermarket stuff. It's hard to find parts for these. They only made them from 98 to 03, so they are becoming extinct. But they're still cheap if you find them compared to the other options you have. So we're going to start there. It does crank. It sounds like it has compression. You can tell by when it cranks. If you're spinning it over and you don't hear it slow down with the compression, then you know you're in trouble. But this one does slow down on both compression strokes, so I'm confident the engine is good. It's just the rest of it is pretty rough. I had to break the gas cap because it was left outside, and they tried to put the key in there and it wouldn't do anything, it wouldn't move. I WD-40'd the crap out of it and nothing. So I had to pry. I don't know if you could see this where it's separated. I pried up on it and it separated there, so no big deal. It's aluminum. I'll hit it with some weld. It's not going to be a show bike. That is not me. I don't do show stuff. I build affordable bikes that you want to ride and not worried about having too much money into them. So the goal with this one is to get it running, and probably that's about it. I don't know if I'm going to do any mods to it. The good thing about this bike is I was looking over it and it is unmolested. Shy of the paint and the Yoshimura mufflers, this bike is unmolested. The harness isn't hacked up. It was just left for dead. Who knows how many years. I did get a clean title with it, and the title was last transferred over in 2009. So who knows how long this thing's been sitting and left for dead. Because when I got it, the previous owner that I got it, not the person on the title, obviously, the previous person I got it from, it was just sitting in the backyard, and I'm like, the worst. That's the worst part, is when the bikes are sitting outside. Here in Chicago, it's snow, ice, probably not good for terminals and stuff, and it really doesn't help the bike when it sits outside like that. So it does add quite a bit of work, and it can mess up other things. Like the front brake on this thing is just rock solid. I mean, you could barely roll it. I think there's water in that line, and it's swelling up the calipers, causing them to engage a little bit. So we're gonna have to go through this thing and just get it running good. And I sell my bikes, so I don't have the storage here to work on them, fix them, and then keep them here. So they do have to go to move on to other projects. So that's the TL1000R, and here's a couple of other projects. This is the cheaper version of the TL1000R that Honda made. Same years, 98 to I think 03, no, maybe 05. I think they made these two. This is a Honda Superhawk 996 V-twin, same as the TL1000R, but this one is carbureted. This is going to be our turbo project. We are going to turbo this one. I pretty much picked this bike up about a year and a half ago, and it was literally wheels, a frame, and an engine. It was completely wrecked. I sourced all the used parts on eBay. I have about $2,300 into it, including getting a title for it because it didn't have a title. I went through that Vermont title law that actually no longer is available anymore. They cut that out and they stopped that in I think July. So I got it. I got a Vermont title for it. So all I have to do is transfer it over to an Illinois title. So I try and find bikes with titles. Because you never know nowadays. People are. You don't know what the hell. I'm not going to go there, but if it doesn't have a title, it's not worth anything. So this one we're gonna turbo, and me and carburetors, we really don't get along too well. So I've been researching how to turbo a carbed bike. This one is going to be a blow-through turbo. I'm not into that draw-through turbo crap. That's really not the right way to do it. Blow-through turbo is going to be the option we go through here. I have a pump. I have a pressure regulator, rising rate. I do have the turbo. I'm going to be using a KO3 turbo off of an older, I think the Audi Volkswagen 1.8s. It's a nice little turbo. I used that turbo on previous 600 Gixxer 600 turbo build about 15 years ago. So I've been out of the motorcycle business for a while. Yes, I'm old. And I successfully turbocharged 3 motorcycles. I'm going to try and do as much as I can. The only thing I'm not going to mess with is the tuning. I don't tune. I'm not very handy with computers, and to me, staring at blocks and numbers, just confuses me even more. So I'm not going that route. I'll leave that to professionals. So that being said, a carburetor, it's probably going to be a little bit harder to tune under boost. So we'll see what happens there. And this project I just picked up maybe a week ago. It is a 2017 Kawasaki Ninja 650. Very good condition. It does have, a ding here in the tank, kind of a bummer because I don't do body work. I suck at paint and body, so it does have some modifications to it. The exhaust down here, it has a Yoshi can on there. It's a nice looking bike. It is a 650 twin. This is the first one I've ever had. They're small. 650. Most people are gonna be like, oh yeah, it's a big engine, but it's a 650 twin, so it doesn't have the horsepower like the 600 4-cylinder models have, like the Ninja 600. So you're about half or maybe less than half the horsepower of those bikes. I think it's only like 50 or 60 horse, something like that. But this one is toast. The engine is gone on this one. Let me see if I can show you this. I don't know if you could see in there. I can't. There is no, there's not enough light. Let me try the other side. This one through a rod, so that rod went right through the block. It's damn near the size of probably 2 golf balls. Could probably fit in there. Yeah, there you go. That is the hole in the block. So this engine is toast. So the project on this one is going to be swapping the motor out. Honestly, I don't really like going inside these motors to fix them, even if I could fix it, because the repairs, they add up. When you break these motors open, they can really cost you quite a bit. So this one, I'm just gonna purchase a used motor, complete motor, and just swap it out, because it's less headache, and quite honestly, it'll probably cost you less to swap it out than it would be to repair it, if it could be repaired. In this particular case, there's a big ass hole in the block, so there is no repairing it. And most likely the pistons destroyed, connecting rods destroyed, head, valves, that's all destroyed. I haven't gotten into it yet, but this one, it's going to be a motor swap. And then I am thinking about doing a turbo on it. So that's pretty much where the actual route we're going here. The channel is going to start taking that route with motorcycles and turbos. So stay tuned, guys. Hang in there. I'll be making a bunch of content now. So, you know, we got the 2017 Ninja 650, we have the 98 Honda Superhawk 996, and then we have the TL 1000R. And of course, from my previous videos, the nightmarish 06 Polaris Outlaw 500 that this thing does not want to work on me. It runs, but it's just burning oil. So I have a new piston, and I got to send off the the old cylinder off to get machined. So if that oil doesn't stop burning now, then I'm essentially giving up on this project, and it's gonna go away in pieces because it's driving me nuts. I've had it for over a year now, and I can never get it to work. And that's about it. So stay tuned for the upcoming, and then I'm gonna do them in parts, making these videos an hour plus. It's, you know, to me it's difficult because I don't have anybody to edit the video, or it's just me. So that's it, guys. We'll see you soon. Okay, thanks.